welcome to you. My name is Dr. Matt, and you schedule yourself for a full cranial nerve examination. Well, I'm happy to hear it. You're the right person, and more importantly than that, or perhaps equally so, you're right on time. Now, full disclosure, we had noticed a steep rise in the number of cranial nerve examinations being scheduled over the last couple of years, and coincidentally, it's one of my more favorable procedures to carry out with the patient. But we've also tried to change things up just a little bit. The basis is still the exact same. The principle remains as it always was. We're still testing your senses. We just tried to make things a little bit different and a heavy emphasis on relaxation. Now, I'm a clinician first and foremost. And a clinician is just a doctor who acts as a caregiver. I spend time with a patient as opposed to a doctor who maybe sits in a laboratory and theorizes. I'm not saying that they're not real doctors, but we actually kind of a bit better of an understanding with our patients because we deal hands-on. And so with that in mind, hopefully you'll find this cranial nerve examination helpful, informative, and a little bit more relaxing. Example. The first test we'll do is on your eyes, and essentially all I'll be doing is running pretty standard flashlight in front of the vision, asking you to track the light. Nothing out of the ordinary here, only we do it in near total pitch black, because again it adds that element of relaxation. It sets the tone and the mood for what it is that we're trying to do here. Again, we would be foolish if we didn't understand the rationale behind people booking as many cranial nerve examinations as they are. But again, not detracting from the effectiveness of the tests. Okay, so I'll ask you just to sit back into your seat. Okay, let the chair take your weight, and just listen to the sound of my voice. Now, I took a flight quite recently with an airline, and they had this amazing device in first class. It was a clapper, and I decided to incorporate it into my practice because I found it quite cool. So if this is set up correctly, once I clap, the room should almost go near pitch black with just a ring light on my face. I think that worked exactly as we intended. Okay. Now this torch is quite bright, but it isn't dazzling, okay? You shouldn't be uncomfortable to look into the light. If it is, please do let me know. After all, we're here to test the reactiveness of your eyes. I want to make sure that you're able to track and follow an object, okay? Just keep your eyes open for me, please. Good. And I just need you to follow the light. Very good. Please try and stay focused on the light. And I appreciate your eyes might be getting a little heavy, maybe even a little watery. It's okay. It's okay. Very good. Very good. everything's slowed down here. We're in no hurry. Your only focus in life right now is this light. Now I'll be zigzagging a little bit with the light. Just do your best to follow it, to follow the light. Very good. Very good. Well done. Okay. Now your eyes are tracking objects perfectly. I'd just like to have a look at your peripheral vision and make sure that the same can be said. In this instance, what I'd like you to do is just stare at my nose, okay? Just focus on my nose. It's quite big, shouldn't be easy to miss. It's not really, it's fine. Okay, nose here. All I want you to do is tell me when my two fingers, both of them, come into view, okay? My nose. There. Good. Okay. Again. Two fingers. Good. 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 Very good. Now here, I'd like you to tell me which side you see first. So the same exercise as what you just saw, but just tell me which side you see first. Good. Good. Single finger this time, from each corner. Too close? Okay. Good. Very good. Okay. I'd like you to cover one eye. Good. And I'd like you to tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. Very good. Very good. Very good. Good. Excellent. Okay. Let's just switch eyes. And again, just tell me how many fingers you can see. Good. You thought I was going to go for two. Good. Very good. Very good. Now I'll be taking the flashlight back out for one final test, and we're looking for the reaction time for the pupil to dilate and retract. Okay? The pupil, of course, dictates just how much light we let into the eye. Okay, just look straight ahead, please. Good. Now, could you just close your eyes quite tightly for me, please? As if you're scrunching them. Really hold them, and then open them again, please. Okay, that's perfect. And again. Okay. Just Very happy with that. Your eyes are fantastic. Now, the next thing I'd like to do is test your hearing. And this is fairly simplistic. All we're actually looking to do is just establishing that you can hear certain decibels. Alright? So, I'll be stepping off to one side and quietly whispering a word, a specific word in your ear. And I want you to repeat that word to me, okay? Your word? Hippopotamus. Again. Hippopotamus. Very well done. Be proud of yourself. The other side. Sometimes I'm queuing up to say a word, and my mind just thinks, what word can I pick? I can pick any word in the entire world. What should I pick? Articulate. Articulate. One more time. Okay. Articulate. Articulate hippopotamus. You caught me. That was actually cheating. I used the new word and also the previous word to make a rather beautiful articulate hippopotamus. Very well done. You're hearing at least at that decibel. It's perfectly fine. I'm just going to have a quick look in the ears as well to make sure there's no blockages. Could I ask you to try yawning for me, please? Just good. Wonderful. Wonderful. And same again, please. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Ears look clean. The canals in the inner ear remarkably clean, almost as if you've had your ears tested and cleaned fairly recently. Maybe not. Okay, I've done the eyes, done the hearing. Now I'd like to measure your ability to measure touch and the way your brain's interpreting sensation on the fingertips. Okay, and to do this, I'll be using just a little small nail brush. And what we'll be doing is just brushing the underside of the finger. Okay? Now I want you to tell me when you can feel the brush on your hand. Okay. Tell me when. Good. Middle finger. Good. Ring finger. Good. Okay. Other hand. Starting with the index. Good. Middle finger. Good. Ring finger. That's not actually the ring finger, but excellent. Okay, so you have sensation in your three primary fingers, which is as expected. We'll move the brush now to the palm. in Dubai very recently. And there's an area in Dubai called the Palm. Makes me laugh. Not really sure why. It's a remarkable place, actually. They've quite literally filled and created an island that looks like a palm tree in the ocean, and built the most remarkable hotels and apartments and malls there. It's to be seen to believed. Personal recommendation: Jumeirah, the 5 on the Palm. The most breathtaking views. I felt like Hugh Hefner with my little white robe and my coffee, looking at this beautiful view of Dubai Sea and the Dubai Marina. Quite breathtaking, actually. Anyway, I digress. Please, on this hand, tell me when you feel the brush strokes on your palm. Good. Other side. Little dull there. Okay. Good. Hold on. Your brain is interpreting the electrical signals, just as we'd expect it to. Next, I'll be testing the reflexes in your knees, okay? So just bear with me here. You can sit comfortably. And I just need to relax your leg. Good. And again. Good. Very good. And the other side. Good. Wonderful. It's very rare that we see an inability of reaction there. Not unheard of, but very rare. Okay. Now, this looks a little bit more menacing than it actually is. But what I'd like to do here is just very, very lightly prick your cheek. I promise it won't break the skin. It's really just to test for. Good. Just tell me when you can feel it. Good. And it's a very, very slight, almost unrecognizable little poke on the skin. Good. 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 Very good. That's it. No red marks, no pain. Wonderful. Okay. Eyes, hearing, sense of touch. No issues. Now, it's not a cranial nerve, at least, but I'd like to listen to the heart and also to the lungs. Okay. These stethoscope spends 95% of my day around my neck. Not entirely sure why I always carry it there. Okay. Just undo your top button, please. It's warm, I promise. Okay. And I just need you to breathe in your regular fashion. Good. Good. Okay, just breathe regularly. Just as you would. Don't elongate your breaths at all. Okay. No issues with the heart. Heart sounds strong. Beat is consistent. I'd like to listen to your lungs as well, please. Like a deep breath this time. Just hold and release. Deep breath in again. showing special attention to the lungs, of course. This time of year, a little bit more susceptible to colds and flu and kind of thing, which of course can in rare cases lead to a touch of pneumonia, where you might hear that kind of watery sound in the lung, but your lungs sound like a breath of fresh air, healthy, and as is expected, no issues. Okay. Now, I'd like to move on to sense of smell. We have a couple of delights here for you that I think you're going to enjoy. Now, what I'd like you to do, we have a series of rather funky looking alchemy vials, and I'd like you to tell me what you can smell. I will warn you that you will get no clue from the color. Take a little sniff, please. Strawberry. Very well done. Very well done. Everyone looks at the color of the vials, and their brain is almost pre-programmed to think, oh, well, it must be this, so therefore the smell must equal this. Okay. Now, little sniff, please. Really fill the nostrils. And what does that smell like? Like lavender. Correct. Lavender is a sleep-inducing flower, and something that we try to sneak into the tests where possible. Okay. Now the next one. This is actually a misting spray. And it'll moisten your face a little bit, but it's not it's a very fine vapor. But it's a scented vapor. I want you to try and tell me what the scent is. Any ideas? Well, it's mightily impressive. Absolutely. Dark chocolate. It's very rare that people get that, because dark chocolate, the connotations, of course, are quite a thick, quite a tough chocolate. So we don't associate with a liquid. Very well done. Credit to our lab technicians who have found a way to infuse dark chocolate into a vapor. So, credit where credit's due on both sides. Okay, you're 3 for 3. Let's have another one. What does that smell like to you? It smells basic. Spiced pumpkin. You, my friend, are razor-like in your accuracy. Very impressive. 4 for 4. All right. The 5th and final. Tell me if you can guess what this is. I shouldn't say guess, but I think you've already proven that your sense of smell is more than average. I'm afraid it's elderflower. A colleague of mine, a long-time colleague called GB, incorporated the same elderflower into her test routine. I thought we'd slip it in. Their patient actually guessed it correct, but the patient was also heavily concussed and suffering from a myriad of ailments. 4 out of 5, still mightily impressive. Okay, now the next thing we'd like to do, and this again isn't strictly cranial, but we'll be dipping these little wooden splicers into a liquid, a very small amount of it, and we'll be dabbing it on the back of the hand, testing for allergies. Okay, among which orange juices, because it's citrus, sesame, and we have a few maybe less prevalent, but worthwhile doing for absolute certain. Sure. It's just a swab of six samples. Okay. It's a very small amount of liquid. It's on the back of your hand. I'm just going to draw a little circle here. And the first is citrus. And usually you would see an immediate reaction to an allergy. No reaction. Good. Okay. Another packet. Okay. Now this is actually a very, very small drop of an enzyme that contains the shellfish. Good. No allergy to shellfish. And sesame. No. Allergy to sesame. Now, perhaps the most common and also, or equally so, the easiest to misdiagnose, peanut allergy. Okay. Because peanut allergies, people associate them with very severe reactions, swelling and difficulty breathing, but no, good. No peanut allergy. I have seen cases where people aren't allergic to nuts in general, but are allergic to sesame seeds. Different strains, different families. You can be unlucky and be allergic to both, but not in this case. Okay, now this is dairy. Just a little bit on the back of that. I'm actually running out of space on the hand. No irritation on the skin. We have one more. And this is just, this is flour. Testing for any gluten intolerances. No, good. Very happy to report. So far you're in absolutely excellent condition. I'm very happy to hear that. And of course as a doctor, especially as a clinician, I come in here hoping to help people, and it's nice to be able to provide somebody with a clean bill of health. But before you go, I would like to ask you at least a couple of questions regarding diet and exercise, because I hate to bring it up, but a good diet really is the cornerstone of a healthy body, and this is something that, you know, I myself am absolutely guilty of. I don't think there's anyone in this world who enjoys a McDonald's as much as I do. So even like I impressed you with some gourmet style food, or a little maybe like a fine cheese or a nice wagyu, but no, just McDonald's. Okay. Again, these questions are quite general, but they can help us tailor any additional help or support that we might be able to offer to you. All right. So we've got your primary details. What I'd like to know is, and this always feels like such an attack, but how many times do you think you would say you exercise in a week? It's meant to be in a day, but you look very healthy. Okay. Something you'd like to work more on. The very fact that you recognize that you don't exercise, or maybe you don't exercise as much as you would like, that's stage one in kind of moving toward a slightly improved exercise plan. Okay? And your diet, supplementary foods, are you 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day? Well, wherever it lands, okay. Typically, do you find yourself eating breakfast? I don't mean just at some point randomly in the middle of the day, you're like, oh, here I am, eating breakfast. But typically, do you start your day with breakfast? Do you break your fast? Okay, that's good. Okay, and lunch? On average, what do you think does your diet differ quite wildly day to day, or are you kind of a creature of habit? Okay, well, that's maybe something again that we can look to assist further with. Excellent. Okay, sure. And your dinner, what do you usually find yourself eating? I'm just taking general notes down as well as the answers to this specific question. Okay. And you're not on any kind of supplementary, you're taking any vitamins or... Okay. And how does fruit and veg, but specifically fruit, how does that feature in your diet? Or doesn't it? Okay. It's fine. It's okay. All right. And how are you with vaccines? Okay. Understood. Yeah. Past medical history, anything significant? Any diabetes in the family? Okay. Understood. Okay. What I would like to do before you head home today is maybe give you a quick vitamin C shot. It's a syringe, but no needle, and it's just ejected straight into the mouth and swallowed, and it just gives your immune system a little boost for this time of year. We tend to, I don't want to use the word abandon, we tend to neglect our vitamin C levels a little bit during the colder winter months, predominantly because we like to eat with comfort, cozy food, not kind of fruit can seem a bit clinical sometimes. But okay, we'll sort you out with a vitamin C booster shot. It's a good idea, just to make you as healthy as physically possible. Have you ever broken any bones, including fingers? generally speaking, very strong bones. Alright. You'd be surprised how many people have broken at least one bone by the age of even 20. And if you've made it beyond that point, people get quite upset if and when they're unfortunate enough to break a bone. They're like, oh, I broke a bone in my entire body. Alright, good. That's very good. I'm getting a much better picture of you as a person. Recreation-wise, you come home from work, from school, maybe you just woke up. If you didn't have anything planned, usually, what do you find yourself doing? You're a gamer. Good. I would never have guessed it, because you're always in such a perfect specimen of a human being. Alright. Okay, no, I think we have just about everything that we need. I know that they can take a little while, these examinations. Sometimes they don't last quite as long as maybe people would like, but so we try to be as comprehensive as we possibly can. Alright, now let me just pop up this vitamin C shot for you. These are pretty standard for us to issue now. It's nothing personal. It's really just because they can make. Just pop your mouth open. Just quickly, please. Good. Just swallow away. Surprisingly tasty, right? People sometimes ask me, what does it taste like? And I rather not answer them because I like the surprise. It's very tasty, but you would be amazed how much goodness, how much nutrients, vital vitamins, and essential oils even in there a little bit, minerals. It's just a very well balanced booster. That's what we call it. Absolutely. My pleasure. Is there anything else that you were perhaps hoping to ask? Okay. This isn't actually part of the examination, but it's something I like to ask if I feel a patient is being particularly receptive, and if they've mentioned it. But if you could grade your mental well-being, your overall mental health on a scale of 1 to 10, and it can be difficult to aggregate these kind of things because maybe one day you're a 10, 10, 10, 10, and then all of a sudden you might wake up as a 2 or a 3 and you might not know why. But if you can, on average, what do you think you are? Okay. And has that been quite consistent throughout at least the last couple of years? Or maybe perhaps you've kind of gotten over something and you find yourself that number's rising. Okay. Again, if we have a great team of psychologists, counselors here that don't even need to psychoanalyze you, they can just be there as a friend. Entirely free. The hours are quite limited, but if you're willing to wait a couple of weeks, we can always get you in. And even if there's nothing particular that you want to talk about, sometimes just talking alone can be a great remedy for some of our deepest hurts. Or maybe you're just feeling amazing and you want to get home and game. Alright. Thank you so much for coming in to see me today. I am Dr. Matt,